Hello everyone, welcome to Dev Sports. I'm Srishti and alongside I have Sudisha Sinha and Shamik Chakraborty. And again, another big defeat for Indian team. Everybody was expecting Indian team to do a good job to win this match in Manchester because Indian team again has played a lot of cricket here in Manchester. And again, there is another defeat from Indian team. There are many things I think we all should talk about. There are many concerns because whenever we have seen the bowling doing a good job, the batting is unable to do a good job. When batting is doing a decent job, the bowling is unable to do a good job. Ravi Bishnoi leaking so much of runs. Arshdeep getting hit for 27 runs in a single over after taking 2 wickets in the first over. So there are many major concerns. I think, Shamikta, according to you, which of the concerns should be taken care of at first in the like the in the next T20I, because it's again the first match was abandoned. This match has been lost, and India has already lost the series with Ireland.
The biggest concern, Srishti, is that under Gautam Gambhir as head coach, India were winning only in one format, that is T20, and now
Yes.
they are losing. I mean, Test cricket. I mean, India absolutely lost its mojo. India now suffer home series whitewashes for fun. And if you look at the 50 over cricket, India lost an ODI series in Australia and lost an ODI series at home to a second string New Zealand side. So the T20Is were the only format they were winning under the head coach Gautam Gambhir. Now three consecutive losses: two to Ireland, a T20 whitewash against Ireland, and now the first game was a washout, and this and England, I mean, just sort of won this game like a walk in the park. I mean, it's a
Yes,
big
100%.
margin. There's a big margin. So that is I think the biggest concern, because T20I is the only format where Indian cricket has been have been good at, and now that also is sort of sleeping. Three consecutive
Hmm.
losses, and that is, I think, as far as I'm concerned, that is basically a big concern.
100%, because see, nobody leave the expectations. The Indian team, which has, an Abhishek Sharma, Vaibhav Suryavanshi got his debut cap today. That team has a Tilak Verma, Ishan Kishan, the bowlers, top-notch bowlers. Arshdeep Singh, he is the highest wicket taker for India in T20Is, by the way. है ना? And Harshit Rana is there. He is doing a good job after making his comeback from the injury. Varun Chakravarti, one of the world's best spinner, is there in your team. Even after those things, if you are losing the match again, Sudisha, I think it's a very big concern for Shreyas Iyer also, and maybe people will start questioning his captaincy also now.
Exactly. Even I was going to say the same thing, that he has to actually look into both of the aspects: his individual performance as well as
Hmm.
maintaining his decent captaincy. We can see him that he is, getting into the rhythm day by day. The previous match also,
Yeah.
his performance was decent. Even in today's game, he was decent, pretty decent. And the thing is that
Hmm.
we should expect him to perform better, uh, individually also, and as a captain also. And even if there is a pressure of captaincy, I think the most important factor here is that he has to cope with learning how to handle the pressure. If you see to it, he has already handled good captaincy pressure in the IPL. So that is not an
Yes,
issue for him
100%.
to handle uh, the pressure of captaincy and perform individually as well. So I think now we should definitely expect him to perform even better. I know he is getting into the rhythm gradually, but by the next match, it has to be even better, is what my concern is here.
Yes, very rightly said. Because again, if the captain is performing, automatically it boosts the confidence for the whole team, for the whole squad. And if in case like today, like he scored a few runs, we were expecting a bit more, but it's fine. He was getting into his rhythm. But again, if he isn't scoring runs, then again the Indian team will kind of, I think they will face some issues, because if Indian captain is not scoring runs, you cannot expect the others to do a very good job and win the matches for Team India. Moving to Bharat. Bharat, according to you, we were talking about Indian team lost the third consecutive match, and this time it was against England. This they did put a good score, I guess 190 on the board, and they were unable to defend it. So what are your thoughts, and what are the major concerns Team India should take care about in the next match?
One of them, I guess, is India's bowling attack. See, with greatest respect to Ravi Bishnoi, unless the track is kind of staying low, I don't really rate him again. With great respect to that particular cricketer, see, skids on, gets the ball to skid on, bowls that googly most of the times. Occasionally, maybe he'll bowl that non-turner that will go straight on. So he's not the kind of spinner in conditions where the ball is not staying low
Hmm.
that you would look at as one of the mainstays. And that is what exactly happened today. Jacob Bethel took advantage of his bowling. Basically, it was kind of monotonous bowling where there was no real variation. He just basically bowls the googly. So India perhaps have to look beyond him at some point. Yes, he's made a comeback. See, I may be a little bit harsh in the sense that he's just making a comeback, but I think India have to look at
Hmm.
someone else other than Ravi Bishnoi. So that is one of the concerns in the bowling attack. Yes, Arshdeep Singh took wickets, but still, if you take out Arshdeep Singh's wickets, it didn't seem as if India had enough wicket takers. You know, Akshar Patil is a very good restrictive bowler. His trajectory is
Yes.
such that he kind of jams the room for a right hand batter, and he has improved his bowling against left hand batters as well by going round the wickets. He has improved his bowling. So he's someone who can get you 1 for 20, 1 for 25 in 4 overs in those conditions. But it's not the kind of spinner who can get you 3 wickets or 2, 3 wickets. So
Hmm.
India didn't have too many wicket takers out there outside of Arshdeep Singh, and that is where I think they basically struggled. Yes, Harshit Rana did well against Ireland, but England players play the horizontal bat shots much better than the island batters. And as far as the batting lineup is concerned, yes, Abhishek Sharma once again fired. I genuinely feel that when the track
Every
is
time.
slightly tricky. These were not tough conditions, but there was a little bit in it for the bowlers. When the track is
Hmm.
slightly tricky, India tend to depend on Abhishek Sharma a lot. Yes, you can counter me by saying that what happened in the first 3 games of the World Cup, but he was, I guess, ill. But even if you go
Yeah.
back last year at the MCG on a track that was doing a bit against Josh Hazelwood, it was Abhishek Sharma who fired on those UAE decks that were on the slower side. It was Abhishek Sharma who fired. And in Belfast, he was the one who scored 49. When he didn't score runs, India again collapsed in second game. And even the first game, it was doing a little bit in Durham. There also, he was the one who got 59 or 24, and today he got 43 or 24. So some other batters have to step up. The one good thing from India's point of view is they got Tilak Varma's position right. I don't
Yes.
think it suits him to bat somewhere at 4, where 3 spinners, 2 spinners would come in and bowl at the stumps. He kind of struggles to hit deliveries through the onside, especially against good line deliveries from spinners. So that is the one position they got it right, made him bat at number 6 so that he could play against pace in a slog overs. But not many positives. Yes, Vaibhav Suryavanshi made his debut. I won't be harsh on him. He's a 15-year-old kid, cracked a couple of sixes. Sometimes perhaps he was a little too eager to come down the track and got stumped. That these things happen. He gave a clue to the bowler. But I think the major concerns when it comes to India's lineup in this match goes down to them not having enough wicket takers, and somewhere outside of Abhishek Sharma, especially on tracks where there's a little bit in it for the bowlers. I think India have a small issue or two. We saw that in the World Cup as well when they lost to South Africa
Hmm.
one track where they faced a good opposition and in conditions where it did a bit.
Yes, and the
Srishti, I
ball
will
was
pick
also yeah.
Srishti, I'll pick it up
Yes,
from
yes, please.
there. Whose
Huh, please go on.
whose decision was it to bring Ravi Mishra back to the Indian team fold? What has he done?
Zero idea,
What
Shanna.
what
Zero
what
idea.
what exactly has he done? I mean, is there an embargo that you cannot play? I mean, different profile, yes, different profile. Is there an embargo that you cannot play 2 left-arm spinners in T20 cricket? Because Kuldeep Yadav is a wrist spinner, and he is a different variety compared to Akshay Patel. So even if you are playing Kuldeep Yadav in this format, it is not that you are playing 2 left-arm orthodox spinner. And Kuldeep Yadav, in his sleep, as far as bowling qualities are concerned, in his sleep, Kuldeep Yadav is a better bowler than Ravi Bishnoi. So why is that? I don't know whether there is an embargo that you cannot play two left arm spinners, although they are of different variety. Number one. Number two, is it because of Ravi Vishnoi is a better batsman than Kuldev Yadav? If that is the case, if your number, if your top seven cannot score runs, then number eight will not score runs as well. So if that is the
100%.
case, that is a very negative thinking. Number two. Number three is that the way he has been in that over the way Shreyas Iyer handled his bowlers today, it left a lot to be desired, to put it mildly. It left a lot to be desired in terms of choosing ends, in terms of giving ends. It left a lot to be desired. And Jacob Bethel, finally, Jacob Bethel is a super talent across formats. He is a super talent. He treated Ravi Bishnoi like a club bowler.
100%. See, Ravi Vishnu, in fact, in the 12 p.m. show also, we were talking about that only, that we think that Ravi Vishnu will not be in the 11. Like we were having a conversation and we were talking about that maybe, yeah, in this pitch in Manchester, Old Trafford, we don't think that Ravi Vishnu will be there in the playing 11. I don't know who is there to make this decision. In fact, at the end, the last over, Ravi Vishnu bowled. He leaked 29 runs. There were two no balls. I mean, are you serious? Before that, that game was a bit, I would say, in India's hands. A bit. Not 100%, not 50, a bit. Like, kuch ho sakta tha kind of mentality. But the moment Ravi Vishnu stepped in, he leaked 29 runs, 30 runs. It was all over. It was done and dusted. And if you had to give the ball to someone, you would have given it to Shivam Dube itself. I'm just giving an example. In the 11, you have Shivam Dube. No, you could have given the ball to him. I was very amazed to see, like, if a bowler is getting hit, it's okay. I respect Ravi Bishnoi a lot. He's making his comeback and like whatsoever the narratives are overall, but you need to understand that what is required from whom. Arshdeep Singh, again, excellent. Yeah, he leaked 27 runs in a single over, but apart from that, he did a good job with the bowling. Akshar Patel, excellent. Harshit Rana, he did a decent kind of job. After all these things, Varun Chakravarti was also getting hit for runs, but still he was better than Bishnu if we compare both the spinners. So again, my question is again the same. Like, is there the captaincy pressure? Was Shreyas Iyer a bit under the pressure, that's why he was unable to understand that who he should give the ball to and who not? And apart from that, before we talk about the other players, I think there is a guy who made a history by getting his debut cap at the age of 15 years and 99 days. And I think we should have a quick conversation about Vaibhav Suryavanshi also. Coming to Bharat first. Bharat, according to you, that Vaibhav Suryavanshi today scored 14 runs. Nobody is judging him and nobody is saying, oh, he shouldn't play the next game. But still, keeping in mind that India lost this game, do you think Vaibhav Suryavanshi will get chances in all the remaining games, or Sanju Samson will walk in again?
Oh, India themselves, India have got into a bit of jam there because now they've given Vaibhav Suryavanshi a chance. India lost. There would be again pressure, little bit of pressure, but he's a 15-year-old kid, so he should get one
Yes,
more, at least a couple more opportunities. Give him a couple more opportunities, and then see how he goes. And today, yes, he played a couple of shots, good shots. That was a slot ball from Josh Tong, something that he shouldn't have tried. A slower ball against Vaibhav Suryavanshi. He should have just pulled his length back, bowled at 145 kilometers per hour, which is what he basically does. But still, that's a good stroke. And then he opened the account with a six as well of Jofra Archer. So he showed some glimpses out there that he can play at this level. Obviously, he's already shown it in the world of IPL when he smashed a 150 kilometer per hour ball from Rabada down the ground. So there's not much to say about his skill level. So yes, he should get more opportunities. He was a little too eager, I guess, when he faced Will Jacks to come down the track. And Will Jack is someone, if you notice his action, he kind of holds it in his action, kind of is a stop-start action. That is why I think he was able to pick the fact that Vaibhav Suryavanshi was charging down the track a little too early, and that is why he shortened his length and he was dismissed stumped. So these things happen. I guess he was a little too eager to come down the track. If you go back in time to the 90s, Navjot Singh Sidhu used to tell one thing about facing spinners, that you have to time your jump, you have to time your dance down the track correctly while facing spinners, and he was really good at it. I think that is where he missed a trick. But he will learn with experience. Maybe he was too excited, a little bit nervous. You expect that from a 15-year-old kid. In my humble opinion, he should get few more chances, give him a couple more opportunities, so that at least he would feel that he's a part of the setup. And then obviously look at maybe Sanju Samson for one game or two games, because you can't drop a 15-year-old after giving him just one opportunity. That doesn't look good either.
100%. Shamikta, your opinions on Vaibhav Suryavanshi? He got his debut today.
Nothing. The kid has just got his debut and he will play the next three
Yes.
matches. He will be given the next three matches also. So I'll judge Vaibhav Suryavanshi at the end of the series. It is just the first game,
Yeah.
and he is a
Okay.
kid.
Hmm.
He has now got the feel of international cricket, and at the end of the series, we will judge him. We all know that the international cricket is different from the IPL. Um, it is a level or two above the IPL. This
Hmm.
is international cricket, and you will not get exactly the feather beds in international cricket. There would be, even in high
100%.
scoring games, you will see that the bowlers are getting something. But Vaibhav Suryavanshi, the way he started, especially after getting bitten all ends up in the first ball he faced, the way he came back, it spoke volumes for his resilience. I mean, he didn't freeze. A weak player could have froze at that point. So he didn't do that, and we all know he is a very special talent. And obviously, and the way he plays high risk cricket. So he will be. There will be times when he will get out for cheap score. Uh, but
Hmm.
overall, after the next three matches, we'll judge him. This is very very premature to judge him,
Okay, so
and
you
there is
think
no
you
and
think he
there
will
is no
get all the three matches?
absolutely. It would.
He will.
Now he
Okay.
has.
That
Now he
was
has been brought. Yesterday I predicted, and you might remember that he is inching. I
yes.
I spoke on 12 Live that he's
Hmm.
inching closer, because I got from my sources that there could be, irrespective of what Morne Immortal said at the
Hmm.
pre-match press conference. I had an inkling that he might be handed his debut, and now that they have handed him his senior international debut, he would be given next three matches. Because if they don't do that, that would be preposterous.
100%. Very rightly said. That was the only my point of asking you guys that do you think like after this also after India lost the match again, will Vaibhav Suryavanshi will get all the matches remaining matches or he will get one match or two match something like that? Sudisha, the same question to you also. Like, do you think Vaibhav Suryavanshi should get the all the three matches or Sanju Samson should make a comeback if India loses another match? Like, if we can just assume that thing. Uh, you are mute. Yeah, 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 yeah. Go on, go on.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we
Now,
can hear you.
yeah, I
Yes,
was gonna
yes.
say the same. I was gonna say the same
Hmm.
thing, Shrishti, that he is
Yes.
obviously going to get to play the next few matches also. It was
Hmm.
very evident that he was trying to fit in. He was trying to do his best to get adapted to the whole scenario. It was very evident, and we could also see that out of the 14 runs that he has hit, two were
Hmm.
sixes. That is, 12 runs came from sixes, which shows that he has the,
Yes.
as he is known as the arrogant player, it shows that he has the arrogance, and that if he will be given a few more matches, he will get
Hmm.
adapted to it and he will contribute more than what he did today. I think this being his
100%.
first match, of course, people are not being harsh to him, and people are not judging him, which they shouldn't anyways, because this was just a
100%.
starter for him. And as Samik sir rightly said, that we can talk about him, we can judge about his game after the series gets over. This is something
Very
that is
rightly
very
said.
important, because
Hmm.
again, if exactly, and if after this match he does not get to play, it is going to be straight away unfair to him. We can see him trying, and he is trying
100%.
to get into
100.
the form. Yeah, so that is what even my opinions are, that he should and he has to
Think there is a
get
network
more
issue. Huh.
chances in the upcoming matches, so that he gets
Yes,
the hold of
100%.
the whole uh, international series.
Yes, 100%. I share the same opinion, and in fact, in the 12 p.m. show also, I was talking when I was talking to Shubhana. I also said him that yeah, if you ask me what I want to see, I would like to see Webber in the remaining games, and let's see what he does. And it's again very rightly said, it's very early to judge. Nobody should like be harsh or talk to him in a way that oh, this is not IPL and things like that, because the moment he got out, I just opened the social media and I saw so many people posting that oh, this is not IPL and things like that. And I think these things are really not done. Like relax, just give him some time. He'll get to the point. He is the same player who scored 175 in the under 19 World Cup final. People should remember that also. So
But
again, like
Srishti,
he
why?
has his chance.
I mean,
Hmm.
but Srishti, why are we talking so much about Vaibhav Suryavanshi 14? I mean, he has the big news is that he has earned his senior international debut, and that is the
100%.
news. He can get out for 14. If he would have gotten out for a golden duck, nothing would have changed. Nothing, absolutely
Yes.
nothing would have changed. He would have gotten out for a golden duck. He's just a kid. He has been handed his senior international debut, and that's a
Hmm.
big occasion for him. So celebrate the occasion that he has become officially
100%. Yeah.
the youngest ever to play for India. So that is the big news. It's not about this numbers. The numbers, what he has scored, just incidental, completely incidental as far as given that he is very young and this is his first match. So, and I believe going ahead as he will play the next three matches, I back him to
Hmm.
score at least one big score.
Oh, one big score like a big 70s, 80s, you are saying, because we
I
have seen
that
that
I
very
cannot, but
often.
I back him to, but I back him to play an impact knock. That is the thing. In the next
100%.
three matches, in one of the next three matches, I back him to play an impact knock.
Yes, see, there is no doubt. There is no doubt about Vaibhav Suryavanshi. We were just talking about his debut, and yeah, the amount of impatience we have seen many a times Indian team is holding. So that may be the reason that I just asked that maybe he could get two matches, not all the three matches, but again, I really feel that he should get the three matches, and we'll see what he does. So there is another player, Tilak Verma. Tilak Verma was unable to score runs for like a few matches, a few series. He was unable to score much runs in the IPL also, and again, there was a lot of scrutiny around him also. I didn't had any scrutiny, but many people had a lot of scrutiny against Tilak Verma also. That he was not scoring run. His strike rate was, a problematic. But I think today he did score good runs, and he took like very less ball to create a good impact. So according to the runs Tilak Verma scored today, do you expect more from him in the remaining three matches?
Yeah, I guess I already noted it depended on his entry position. He came down the order today. He was able to face
Hmm.
fast bowling, and that is what changed. See, he's still a good player of pace bowling, somewhere in the slog overs, and in the past, he has had an upper hand against Jofra Archer, beat in the T20I series against England in 2025, beat in the T20 World Cup semi-final, beat here. He's had a upper hand against Jofra Archer, so I think entry point was the key here. I don't think anything has changed when it comes to him playing spin bowling. I don't.
100%.
I've not seen any change in his batting when he played those 4-5 deliveries against spinners today. He bats in a similar fashion. So basically, I think going forward, if India really want to keep Tilak Verma in this playing 11, then it should. I guess then the Indian think tank should look at the entry position, and that is Tilak Verma batting somewhere at 6 or down the order, so that he can come
Hmm.
come up against fast bowling somewhere in the 16th, 17th, or 18th over, and that is what really worked for him in the end in the
Hmm.
T20 World Cup, and that is what basically worked for him. I don't think I've seen any change in his batting against spin bowling. He still struggles against spin bowling. He still bats in the same way. I'm pretty sure he will continue to struggle against spin bowling unless he makes a few changes to his game in the future as well.
100%. Sudisha, your opinions on Tilak Verma? Tilak Verma was unable to score runs against Ireland also, and in the first match also he was a bit uncomfortable. So today he was in a very good touch. He scored a lot of runs facing, less balls. He conceded less balls. So what are your expectations from Tilak Verma in the remaining matches? For the remaining matches?
So
Yeah.
I may be wrong here, but what I have seen, there's this pattern with Tilak Verma that he will only he starts to score, or he starts to show his form whenever there is a very
Hmm.
crucial situation. I'll take example of the IPL. He has shown, even though his strike rate was a problem, he has shown a pretty good performance when it comes to saving the team. Even in Mumbai Indians, there were batters who were failing. The whole batting lineup was not that great as such, but he was able to save the team. I think not that pattern exactly, but what we can see here is that he is trying to improve again. As Bharat sir rightly said, that he has a problem against
Hmm.
spin, and we are expecting him to improve in that. And even for people who have starting not to lose faith in him, but they have started to think in the other way whether Tilak Verma is going to improve or not. For me personally, I see potential in him that if he improves, I think there is no reason for him to be out of the playing 11 as such. But again, talking about
Hmm.
today's
Obviously.
performance, yes, he did very well today. Yes, he did very well today. And again, I think some of the aspects of being a vice captain, being senior players being here and there in the team, I think that is also something that affects, a little pressure might be there to, on him of this too. But then keeping that apart, I feel like the only option Tilak Verma right now has is to improve. I don't think he has any other option of stepping back. He only can improve further, and he only has to improve further. Given today's performance, again there is going to be expectations set, and if he does not
Hmm.
match those expectations coming in the next matches, I think there could be some problems. But again, as someone who expects more from Tilak Verma, who has a faith angle also that he is going to improve, I think that he is going to have a, steps forward only. He's not going to step backward. So yeah, we can only see what happens in the next matches to see how does he get hold of the whole scenario in the upcoming matches.
Very rightly said. Shamigda, Ishan Kishan. Again, there is no doubt, I think, lingering around Ishan Kishan or something. But again, like after the IPL, he was also not seeming to be in a good touch. Yes, he got run out two times against Ireland in the second T20 I, against England in the first T20 I. So, what are your opinions on Ishan Kishan also? Because a lot of people are talking about Ishan Kishan also, that he is also unable to score much runs. People expect a lot from Ishan Kishan, what he did after the comeback in both
If
ODIs and T20Is.
if in ODIs he scored 100. ODIs he
Yes.
scored in ODI he scored 100, a scintillating 100. And if people expect a
Hmm.
player to score 100 on every outing, then I have nothing to say. I don't think. I mean, just two
100%.
or three, just 2 or 3 matches are very very small sample size to form an opinion about a player who has been in fantastic stretch. He had a very good
Hmm.
he had a very good T20 World Cup. He had a very good T20 World Cup, and Ishan Kishan provides the balance. So basically, Ishan Kishan, the way he has been batting, he has been playing. I don't usually read too much into what a player has been doing in the IPL. When
Hmm.
I talk about international cricket, IPL is IPL, international cricket is international cricket. But I think if I have to form an opinion based on just 2 3 matches about Ishan Kishan, I don't think that would be proper. And the same applies for Tilak Verma. I mean, if people are saying that he hasn't been scoring runs, the last game India played, it was a washout. The game prior to that,
Yes.
he was India's highest scorer on a tricky pitch, scored a half century, took India close to the victory target on a tricky pitch when
Hmm.
wickets are falling at regular intervals at the other end. So I don't know what is the benchmark. And I mean, um, see, Saurabh Ganguly, when he was playing, he used to say
Hmm.
something very, and I took it as a reporter, I took it at heart that if a player is scoring in six
Hmm.
innings out of 10, then he has been doing well. 60%
Hmm.
success rate, then he has been doing very well. So that is the thing. If you play 10 innings, if you are scoring in six of those, then you are doing pretty well, very well. So 60%, because it's a one ball game. Because if you look at the greatest of them all, Sachin Tendulkar, Sachin Tendulkar, the number of times he has failed is way more than the number of times he has scored 100. So in this sport, people
100%.
will fail. People will not score 100 every day. And the
Yes.
problem with the but problem with social media and armchair and keyboard warriors, for them it is
Yeah.
like, I mean, everything is very easy. It's not an easy game, that I can assure you. It's even at a club level, it's not an easy game. So if someone's success rate is 60% in international cricket, then he has been doing fabulously well.
Yes, see, Sudisha, Shamikda, and Bharat, I will repeat the same statement I gave yesterday. You can never ever satisfy fans. If you are winning against like a weak team, like not out of disrespect, the team which is like coming down in the rankings, like Ireland or something, Nepal or like something like that, then people will say, ki, oh, you won against the weak team. And if you lose against the weak team, then they will say, oh, you lost against the weak team. If a player is scoring in the flat tracks, then they will say, ki, oh, they are scoring in the flat tracks. If they are not scoring in the flat tracks, then again, you are unable to score runs in the flat tracks. There is no way in this world, at least in India, cricketers or the players can, satisfy the fans. They can never, never, ever be satisfied. That's the very simple thing, and I think we all know about it. So before we quickly close the show, what are the upcoming changes which we can expect in the playing 11 in the next match? Coming to Bharat first. Bharat, according to you, what changes can be done in this playing 11 in the next match?
Oh, not very sure that it is about making changes. I guess it is
Hmm.
just about executing your plans better. Yes, they can look past Ravi Bishnoi for the time being. They can look at picking another pace bowler. It could be Springs or whoever it is. They could look at picking another pace bowler. But I don't think it is much about making changes. It's about executing your plans well. It's about making the right kind of decisions by the captain. So all these small things, I guess, matter. It could also come down to India's middle order. Somewhere I see a little bit of problem in India's middle order, especially in this kind of conditions. I'm not saying these conditions are tough, but a little more tricky than what you get to see in the world of IPL, where you can just clear your front leg and smash it over mid wicket and hit for 50 runs or 15 balls. It's not going to happen at a ground like Old Trafford because it's a little bit bigger. The ground is a little bit bigger, and also obviously there's a little bit in it for the bowlers, including the spinners and the fast bowlers. So considering all that, if you're just going clear your front leg and try to smash it over mid wicket, it's not going to work out. So if it's not about changes, the Indian batters somewhere who are batting in the middle order, they have to look at ways of scoring runs in slightly different conditions. Just being one trick pony won't really help them because that's what I've seen in the two games against Ireland as well. All of them are just trying to clear the front leg and smash it over mid wicket. When it's doing a bit, I don't think this just having one plan would work. Is something that even Vaibhav Suryavanshi's coach said to me when I asked about
Hmm.
Vaibhav Suryavanshi and his batting last year, that just one plan of clearing the front leg won't work for someone like Vaibhav Suryavanshi. He has to go back and across, cover his off stump sometimes look to play the ram shot. So you need to have different options for slightly different conditions. So I guess that is where the onus also would be on the middle order, because I think the Indian middle order batters are at present, at least in these conditions in Ireland and in England, they have been little bit found out by the opposition bowlers.
Okay, Shamikda, your opinions. Do you see any changes in the playing 11? Do you see Suryan Shetge coming into the 11? What are your opinions?
I don't know who will be brought in, but they cannot play Ravi Vishnoi. Absolutely, they cannot play Ravi Vishnoi. The
100%.
rest is fine. They absolutely cannot play unless it is a dust ball or the ball is turning square or the pitch is very, very tacky. I mean, playing Ravi Vishnoi is a recipe for disaster. So you cannot play Ravi Vishnoi. The rest is fine.
The rest is fine. So you can say that Prince Yadav can come in, like something like that.
Whoever that is, no, that is for the I mean, that is for the team management to decide.
Yeah.
That is whether they will bring on another all-rounder in Shreyansh Shetge or a
Yeah.
fast bowler in Prince Yadav or whoever it is. That is for the team management to decide. I'm nobody to suggest. That is their call. But the fact of the matter is that you cannot play Ravi Bishnoi. Simple as that. And then you plan your strategy. The rest is fine.
Yes, very rightly said. Sudisha, your opinions? Do you agree with Shamikda when he said that
So,
you cannot play Ravi Bishnoi? You can bring in
yes, yes,
anyone else.
I completely agree with Shamik sir.
Hmm.
Because the thing is that what I would like to add ahead of Shamik sir and Bharat sir is that uh, right now at this moment, I think more than making changes in the playing 11, again, that Shamik sir said that it is up to the management. I think what is more important is, Bharat sir said, execution and improvement. Not like as a team, as an individual, all of the 11 players. I think that is something that is very important. One day one player is performing well, the other day other player is not able to contribute well. I think this is what is going on even in the Ireland series, and even in the two matches that happened right now. This is something that was there. Someday Tilak Verma is performing, someday Abhishek Sharma is performing. When Tilak Verma is able to perform, Abhishek Sharma is not able to perform. So I think something that as a team also the individuals have to carry as players, that is missing. So I feel like more than concentrating on changing the playing 11, we should completely see how things could be improved as a team. So this is something that I would like to add more than what Shamik sir and Bharat sir said.
Okay, so very rightly said. And yeah, like again, we'll have to see what kind of changes are being done. What are the strategies? Are they changing any strategies? Are they changing the batting order of the player, which they do very, in between. We have seen many a times them doing that. So we'll have to see what happens. But apart from that, again, a very big loss for Team India, and really hope that they make a comeback. But
Srishti,
yes, yes, please.
just before we sign off, I started off saying that India were winning in just one format and they have started losing in that format
Yeah,
also. But once
yes.
again, this is a phase where you can afford to lose. Your next T20 World Cup is in 2028. LA Olympics is also in
Hmm.
2028. So this is the period you are entering a new cycle, and you will do some permutations and combinations with an eye on the new cycle, with an eye on the next World Cup and the LA Olympic Games. So during that process, during that process, your progression might not be linear. So this is the phase you can afford to lose. But once again, it would be imperative for that Indian team to ensure that losing doesn't become a habit like it has become in Test
Yes.
cricket. In Test cricket, losing has become a habit. So you can afford to lose. Here, obviously, you can. And once again, progression will not be linear in a new cycle. But once again, losing shouldn't be made a habit. Simple as that.
Yes, 100%. Because see, Team India in T20 eyes, it's the number one, not one of the best. It's the best team in the whole cricketing world in the T20 eyes. Number one T20 I team India is. So I really feel that if you are the number one team, it's okay. You can make mistake. It's totally fine. Everybody makes mistake. You are not invincible in this world. But if you're a number one T20 I team, I really feel that the strategies, the decision making, and the games should be played like that only. If you are the T20 number one T20 I team, play like one. That is the most important thing to remember. So on this note, I think we should wrap up the show. We have to see what Indian team does and what are the updates again from Manchester. We will give you all the updates. Rohit Jugla and Amit Shah, both of them are there in Manchester, and all the updates will be given in Rev Sports, in the social media, in YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. So stay tuned, and for more such news, updates, and latest news, keep watching Rev Sports. Thanks for watching.